Welcome back to another episode of Musings podcast. I'm your host Bongo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me on another Saturday for another amazing episode. Before I get into today's episode, I want to tell you guys that I have a Patreon page, and I think it's Miliana Mildred, the name that is there. So if you type Patreon/Miliana Mildred, Miliana Mildred slash Patreon, I have to share the link somewhere, maybe on this. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I'll try and see if I can share the link here. So like on the description box, I try and do it so that you can go and follow me there. So I'm trying to monetize my work because I talk a lot on this podcast. I tell you guys a lot of my thoughts. I know you don't have to pay me for my thoughts, but if I ever get monetized, then I'll be able to make the money through this. But for now, I thought, let me utilize my Patreon page because I started a while back and I just stopped because I couldn't get people to follow me there. I couldn't get members there, and I need paying members on my Patreon page so that they can be able to make some money out of these things. Because look, I do not have like a job where I go and make money. The way I do my job, like the way I keep myself busy, is by doing this, talking on this podcast, giving you the reviews on Wednesdays and, writing. So I haven't written, this is the third month that I have not written for my blog. And I know I'm supposed to do chapter 8. Is it 7 or 8? I know I'm supposed to do it. And I have the story, as I keep telling you, I have the story. It's just that life has been so terrible for me lately that just sitting down and concentrating enough to write a story, I just don't want it. So what I've been doing is, because I had stories from before, I've been just taking them and re-editing them and putting them on my Patreon. So if you want to read, go there and just support me there. I have 2 tiers, that is $2 and $5. I know that is very little, and it's $2 per month and $5 per month, which is again very little. But that's how I want to start. I want to start with that. And then eventually there's a project I want to work on. And if I find the right people who can help me with it, then that one definitely I'll be putting them on Patreon, and I'll expect people to pay me for them because I will be putting a lot of my efforts in. I think like that's the only way I'm going to help myself. Like if I hire myself and if I do things. And the problem is, for me to be able to make money, I need to have money to invest money in those things first. And I feel like I need a couple of, like I think 5K. If I got 5K, I'll be able to get like a good domain name so that I can be able to monetize my blog where I write my stories. And if I started making money there, I think that will help me as well. So I want to do both. But on my Patreon, I want to exclusively put those things that I said I have a thought to do something, and I don't know I'm going to get the people to help me, but I can't do what I am needed to do. I can do half of it. I need like a partner who can help me doing the rest, because it has to be somebody who's qualified to do what I want. So, and I'm not qualified in it. I've tried to do it, to learn it. I just can't. So if I got somebody to help me with that side, because it requires 2 different types of creativities. So one is the one that I need, and the other on the writing part I can write, because I can write the stories, but I'll need somebody to bring the stories to life. That's exactly what I need. And once I get that, I can put them on Patreon. Maybe I can share some on YouTube, like half of it, like the trailer on YouTube, and then I put the real thing on my Patreon so that people can go there and pay. So as I said, if you want to help me right now, if you have listened to this up to this moment, please, I'll put the link on my description to go and read my stories on Patreon. For now, they're just going to be the stories, but later on, I'm going to add those things if I find the person to help me, and I hope that I do. So that please, I need the support. I'm not begging for like money. I'm working. Read this writing. It requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of work to sit down and write and create a story and put it down, like type it and everything and upload it. It requires a lot. It requires internet. It requires a lot of things. So this is not just like a free thing. I'm not demanding people's money. I'm saying I feel like I deserve to be paid for what I give you. So if you listen to my shows, if you read what I write, I feel like I deserve for you to give me a little something. So please head over to my Patreon. You can write Miliana Mildred /Patreon and maybe it will bring it. If not, I'll put the link in my description for this and you can go there, click and check. I'll also try to put it on my WhatsApp and I'll try to put it on my Facebook as well so that you can, support a sister. Come on, please. And it's just $2 and $5 per month for now. Those are the 2 tiers I have. So you can choose whichever one you want to start with. You can pay the $2, you can pay the $5. And I post there on Sundays, every Sunday. I've been doing it for the past month and a half, I think. So I want to continue doing that. And I hope that the thing that I'm planning for is going to work because I really need to start making money from these things because I'm a creative. That's the thing. People want me to go to an office to work so they can say, you see, Mildred is now working. But maybe that's not the plan that God is keeping for me. Maybe that's why things are not working because I'm forcing myself to look for work. I'm forcing myself in fields that I'm not supposed to be in. Maybe my field is this, the writing, the podcasting. Maybe that's where God is going to bless me. And I just feel like I need to give it my all for now so that I can see. I still look for work, don't get me wrong. And if I get it, fine. But this wouldn't hurt as well. So help support me. You ask, if you've ever asked yourself, like, what is she doing? How is she making money? Now help me make the money by supporting me on my Patreon. Okay? That's all. Let's get into today's episode. I know this is a musings episode, but as I told you before, I was watching or rewatching rather Triunfo Del Amor, and I told you that once it's done on YouTube, I was going to give you sort of a breakdown of the whole thing. I don't want to call it a review because it's not a review show. Reviews are on Wednesdays. I just want to talk about this show and everything that I felt while watching it now as compared to when I was watching it as a kid. When I was watching it when it came out, because it came out in 2010, I'm not sure when it was shown on Citizen TV back in the day, whether it was that 2010 or 2011 or 2012, but it was, somewhere there. Yeah. I remember loving it so much as a kid and I enjoyed it immensely. I thought that Maximiliano was the best guy ever. I still do, sort of, because he disappointed me in some ways and I loved him in some ways. So yeah, we're going to break that down as I go. This show, I'm not going to just do it today. It's going to be a continuous thing. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about it. I think just the synopsis and my first thoughts about the whole thing as a whole. But then from next Saturday, I don't know how long it will take, but I'll be breaking down each character and how I felt about them and the stupidities that they did. So when I do the reviews on Wednesdays, I just tell you the whole synopsis for the whole movie and tell you my thoughts, how I was feeling while I was watching a certain part and stuff like that. In this one, I'm just going to tell you like this character, they did this, they did this, they did like that. Then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. And then eventually, I think on the last part of this, I'm going to rate them from the one that I love the most to the least and just tell you why I think. So I don't think it's going to be a lot of episodes because I'm going to try and break it down and wrap through them. Like the way I talk quickly. I'd like to do that so that I can go through them quickly. It has 172 episodes, which was, by the way, first thing I'm going to say, nonsensical because a lot of it was repetitive. A lot of the things would have been solved. This series would have ended with 100 episodes, but because people loved it so much, because of the love scenes, by Maite Peroni and William Levy, that is Maximiliano Sandoval and Maria de Samparada. People love them so much that this thing continued up to 172. And we had 72 episodes that didn't mean anything. That were repetitive. Some people would have been killed off a long time ago. Some things would have ended, wrapped up very early in the season. I love how Sotilegio goes, Love Spell. It's very quick. Things are found out, things are worked on, like that, and you go. And it ended up having very few episodes. I think it's 70 something or 80 something episodes of Love Spell. But this one, they went to 171 if you Google it. But when I watched it on YouTube, it was 172 episodes. So you can imagine. Too long. Too damn long. But yeah, phew. Anyway, I loved it, but I also hated it. It was just confusing all through. Like, I had mixed emotions. I remember when I watched it as a kid, I loved it. And I think I cried a couple of times when Maria de Samparada was crying. Victoria was crying sometimes. But when I watched as an adult, I was just like, why? Why? I did not cry, not even once. I did not get emotional, not even once. Me, the person who cries watching shitty shows that I've watched a million times. Like, there are shows that I've watched and rewatched and rewatched, and every time I rewatch them, every part that I cried when I watched that show at the beginning for the first time, I cry again during those parts. But in this one, I was watching it and I was like, what the hell? And maybe I should do this about Ruby as well and Three Sides of Anna. But yo, those ones, it has been a while because I think I watched Ruby last year and Three Sides of Anna last year as well. So I don't think I'll remember everything about them. But yeah, today I'm going to be talking about Triunfo Del Amor. So, Triunfo Del Amor, I'll just do it the way I do like my reviews. I'll start it that way. Triunfo Del Amor is a 2010 telenovela by Televisa, Las Estrellas. It's in Spanish, but on YouTube you can watch it in English because it's dubbed in English. It was written by Liliana Abud and Ricardo Fialeja. Or is it Fiajega? How do you read double L's in Spanish? I think it's Fiajega. Please correct me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to ruin anybody's name. So in Mexico, it ran from 2010 to 2011 originally. But in Kenya, as I said, we got it a little bit later. So I think either 2011 or 2012 or 2013, somewhere there. I don't really remember. And maybe I should check it. Because on Google, it says it was shown on Citizen in the early 2010s. So, yeah, I believe it was that either 2011 or 2012, somewhere there, 2013. I'm not so sure. So, please do not come for me because of getting it wrong. But, yeah, it was an amazing show. It was a star-studded show. Like, it had so many telenovela icons from back in the day, and some of them are still present, like they're still active right now. So I'm just going to give you a list of everybody, well, some people who featured in it. William Levy, he plays Maximiliano Sandoval. Victoria Rufo plays Victoria Sandoval. Maite Peroni plays Maria de Samparada. Osvaldo Rios plays Osvaldo Sandoval. Diego Oliveira plays Padre Juan Pablo Iturbide. Livia Brito plays Fernanda Sandoval. Daniela Roma plays Bernarda de Iturbide. Eduardo Santamarina plays Octavio Iturbide. Erica Buenfil plays Antonieta Orozco. Cesar Evora plays Heriberto Rios. Susana Diaz plays Nati Duval. Cuauhtemoc, I don't know how you say that name, Blanco plays Juan Jose or Juancho. Dorisma plays Linda Sortini. Dominica Paleta plays Jimena de Alba. Pablo Montero plays Cruz Robles. Luis Manuel Avila plays Luciano Ferretti. Maricruz Najera plays Tomasa Hernandez. Manuel Ibanez Martinez plays Don Napoleon. Mark Tacha plays Alonso de Angel. Miguel Pizarro plays Pipino Pichoni. Loved him. Mauricio Garcia plays Federico Padilla. Ricardo Kleinbaum, I don't know how you say that name, plays Oscar. Sergio Acosta plays El Alacran. Juan Carlos Franzoni plays Fausto Candela. Monica Ayos plays Nolnela Montenegro. Esmeralda Pimentel plays Kenya Dulce. Salvador Pineda plays Rodolfo Padilla. Ursula Prats plays Roxana, amongst other cast members. Like, it had a lot of people. You remember it's 170 something episodes, so it had a lot of people, like so many people. So as I said, What I'm going to be doing for the next couple of Saturdays, please be coming back and watch this. I know some people may not enjoy it, but that's just what I'm going to be doing. So if you want to come and catch up and listen to my musings about this, join me in the next couple of Saturdays, and we are going to talk about these people and this beautiful show they created and then ruined at the end. They're not the ones who ruined it anyway, not the cast members. The cast members did an amazing job. Bernarda de Itubide, my God, mwah, like I love Daniela Romo. I love Daniela Romo always, but she was the devil incarnate in this show. And I loved every aspect of what she brought to the table because there's nobody as crazy as her. So I loved every cast member. That's one thing I'll give. Like, they did an amazing job in their acting and everything they were doing. It's just that the characters they were given, that's what I'm going to be talking about, and the way they portrayed, like I won't be talking about William Levy, Victoria Rufo, Maite Peroni, Daniela Romo. No, I'll be talking about Maximiliano Sandoval, Victoria Sandoval, Maria de Samparada, Banyada de Itubide, and like that, like I'll be talking about the characters, not the people who play the characters, if you know what I mean. So I don't know where to start, honestly. So I think I'll just give a little synopsis. So 1, 2, 3, spoiler alert. Please be warned about that. And I'll get to it. So the story follows this Sandoval family and mostly Victoria. So Victoria was once a young lady. She was working in the Itubide mansion, and she had a crush on the Itubide son, that is Padre Juan Pablo, but then he was still just Juan Pablo. She had a crush on him for a while, and Juan Pablo was going to go to the seminary. I think he would just come from the seminary before he got ordained as a priest. So during that time, the dad didn't want him to become a priest because he hadn't like sowed his wild oats. Is that what they say? I don't know. Something like that. Like, he hadn't lived. And the dad wanted him to at least taste life, to at least try to be with a woman and see if it's something he was interested in. But the mom, that is Bernarda, she did not want that because she had done something very gross back in the day when she was younger, and she wanted the son to be a priest so that she can pray, so that he can pray for her soul, so that she can go to heaven when she dies. So Bernarda, when she was young, she got pregnant by this man who had lied to her, and she got pregnant with Juan Pablo. Found out when she told the guy, she found that, oh my God, he was married and had a son. So what does she do? She burns them alive in their house. She goes, lights a fire, and she says that is God's vengeance. And I think that got into her head, and she became crazy with this thing that she thought that she was the person who was meant to be giving revenge to people on behalf of God. So she kept doing it. She killed a lot of people in this show. She killed a lot of people in this show, and she tried to kill a lot of people. So this is a couple of years later when Pablo is grown up, and she's convinced that he has to become a priest. The dad, on the other hand, the man who raised him anyway, he was not his biological dad, but he did not know. So they had met. The dad had met with Bernarda when after she got pregnant and she had done that evil deed, and he was like, okay, I'll marry you because I like you, and your son will never know that I'm not his biological dad. So in this moment they're arguing, blah blah blah, and so he, with that in mind, like his dad telling him to try and see if he likes the world, a little bit more, he goes to tell Victoria in her room goodbye, and Victoria is there just crying. This woman cried from the first episode to the last one. Yeah, I'm going to have fun talking about her. So he went to her room and to say goodbye, and she's crying, telling him how much she likes him and how much she doesn't want him to leave. She's going to be lonely in the mansion. He's always the one taking care of her, listening to her, blah blah blah, and all of these things. And eventually they kiss and they do the hanky panky. So from that union, my Maria de Samparada is born, well conceived. So he leaves the next day early in the morning to go and be ordained as a priest now after he has done the deed. So he left and went Back to the seminary, he got ordained as a priest. He never knew what was happening at home. The mother was so happy that, finally he's a priest. The dad was still like, no, I do not like that, blah, blah, blah. He eventually got killed by Bernarda because he wanted to tell Juan Pablo the truth. Anyway, after he leaves for the seminary, she starts getting sick, not sleeping, blah, blah, blah. She's not doing her job as well as she used to. Victoria, that is. And Bernarda finds out, asks her what the problem is, starts beating her up. She eventually says that she's pregnant. Again, beatings. Who's the father of that child? She finally says it's Juan Pablo. The mom does not want to hear it. Like, the son, you defiled my son. You did something wrong to a man who's consecrated to God, blah, 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 blah. Kicks her out. Victoria goes on the streets. She's walking around, blah, blah, blah. She gets this job and starts working for this stupid man, Rodolfo Padilla, and she works at this warehouse. They were making clothes, blah, blah, blah. And while she's there, she gives birth. She had hidden her pregnancy, by the way, but then she started coming to the workplace with the kid because she couldn't afford being a stay-at-home mom with her baby and without a job. So she started coming to the place with the child. Rodolfo finds out. He takes advantage of her because, if you want me to continue letting you keep your job, you're going to be doing this for me. So he takes advantage of her. That is, he does the nasty. Takes advantage of her. And so after a while, she leaves together with her best friend, Antonietta, because they were working there together. They go and start, making clothes by themselves. She was an amazing designer. That is Victoria. They start small, making the designer clothes, blah, 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 selling them to the people around. And then they continue. Eventually, Victoria meets Osvaldo Sandoval, who was a famous actor and all of that. Because of his clout, because of the people he walks around with, Victoria's little company grew and grew and grew and became the House of Victoria. So when we meet them later in life, she's at Casa Victoria. She has this big empire, fashion empire, and she adopted Osvaldo's son, that is Maximiliano, and they've been living together, right? So she's still in the quest of. Before that happens, before Victoria meets Osvaldo, there's something that happens where Bernarda, because she still was trying to get rid of Victoria, she causes them to have an accident where she was forced to move Maria out of the way, and so she fell down. And then when she wakes up at the hospital, she's just by herself. Well, Maria is nowhere to be seen. So Antonietta tells her, like, yeah, we looked around, we couldn't see her. And that's how they get separated. So Maria grows up in a children's home, and they meet later in life when she's all grown up. And so Maximiliano, that is Osvaldo's son, is now also grown up because Victoria married Osvaldo while he had a son, and that is Maximiliano. Victoria and Osvaldo had a daughter, that is Fernanda Sandoval, and so we meet them then. Again, now this is in the future. And so we follow their lives all through the show until Victoria meets Maria for the first time. She does not know it's her. She mistreats her all the time, blah, blah, blah. Ups and downs, up and down. Maximiliano and Maria start a relationship, and she gets pregnant. All of the, like, a lot of things happen. So what I'll be doing the next couple of shows is I'll be telling you person by person from the first one to at least, like, not all of them, just the main characters. That is Maximiliano, Victoria, Maria, Osvaldo, Padre Juan Pablo, Fernanda, Antonietta. But Antonietta, I won't talk about her because her story will be coming in with Victoria's, Bernarda, and a couple of other people. So yeah, I'll just be telling about the main casts and what I thought about them and how the story. So anyway, the story ends with them finding out the truth, which they found out that Maria was her daughter at episode 140. Can you imagine? 140. And she was always in her orbit, always in her life. Yo. But anyway, they did all of that, and eventually she forgives her mother because she had done a lot of bad to her, and they end up as a happy family after going through a lot. So yeah, that is what I'll be doing. Just, kuchambua to kuchambua. I don't know. I feel like starting with one of them today so that I can get rid of them, like get past them. But I won't do that today. So today I'm just telling you what is going to be coming the next couple of shows. I may talk about all of them next Saturday. I don't know. So I'm saying, yeah, the next couple of shows, but it might be all of them, because depending on how much I'm going to talk about them, it can be one episode, it can be two episodes, it can be three episodes. But I hope that it won't go past three episodes or even two, so that I can go about other things. And right now I'm watching Love Spell, so Telegio. So after that, I'll also be doing a review of it. But this one is short, so it's going to be quick and easy and fun. So yeah, I don't want to go beyond 30 minutes on this, so I'm going to stop it at this. I just told you a little snippet of Triunfo Del Amor and what to expect. But if you want, you can go on YouTube and watch it. It's called Novelas Kingdom. So if you want to watch Triunfo Del Amor, if you want to watch Three Sides of Anna, if you want to watch Ruby, Passion and Power, Woman of Steel, and others, if you want to watch these shows, just go. They're there, all of them. I'm sure you're going to like them. You're going to love them. Go there, watch them, and hope you're going to enjoy them. So, yeah, but if you want to watch this one before you come and listen to what I'm saying about the characters from next Saturday, this is the time to do it. So, I've just told you, I'm going to be giving a review of it. And if you want to listen to what I'm saying about them, like my musings on the show, go and watch it. You have this week. Watch it now, and then next Saturday come back and listen to what are my thoughts on each and every character. So on the thing I love about watching them on Novelas Kingdom, like on YouTube, is because there's a comment section. So you watch and you read comments. You can even start reading the comments before you watch, or you can watch, and when towards the end you can mute, like you can pause and then read the comments just to see if you agree with this. Or you can be watching while reading the comments like I do, because actually I usually start the episode while the theme song, the opening theme song starts. I start reading the comments because I want to know. I love spoilers, right? So I start reading them just to see what is going to happen in that episode. Because as I said, I watched this show a long time ago. It has been years. So I've forgotten about, like, I remember the plot, but I'd forgotten about most of the things that happened per episode. So like reading the comments before the show actually begins, it would help me like know what is happening, what is coming and stuff like that. They put up shows every single day, but what I will do is that I'll wait for the weekend to download everything and watch them in one weekend, and then the next week will go by, and then again weekend download them, watch them. That's how I caught up on everything. But you can go, like, there are a couple of shows that are already done. I think Woman of Steel, as I said, Triumph of Love, Fugitives. I don't know if Fugitives is already done or if it's still going on. Ruby, Three Sides of Anna. Those ones I know they're done. But the others, I don't know. You have to go and check and see. But if you love those shows and you have been wanting to repeat them as a grown-up, go and watch them. Because honestly, I'm telling you, watching these shows as a grown-up, like they make your mind just go berserk in some scenes. The red flags that we used to feel like, oh my God, he's so nice, he's so loving. I was watching and I'm seeing some women on the comment section going like, oh my God, he's so nice, so and so is the best, I need a man like so and so. And I'm like, Tofia kwa, can you say God forbid? How will you like somebody like that? Because now I'm seeing them and I'm seeing the red flags and I'm being like, no, when a man does this, that's not love, that's not okay. But women on the comment section are going like, oh my God, he's so lovely, he's so nice. And I'm like, are these bitches trying to rage bait me or what is happening? So I think I commented in just a couple of them. And towards the end, that's when I actually wrote my thoughts on, this show and what I thought about what those women were saying and those characters. Just a little, paragraph, a very long paragraph I wrote there because I just wanted to be like, ugh, you don't understand. And a couple of people agreed with me, which I liked because I was like, oh, so I'm not the only one who's been feeling like this. But yeah, so go and watch them, all the shows. But right now, this week, try and watch Triunfo Del Amor. If you have the time, you can catch up. 172 episodes, I'm sure you can put them down within a week. If you wake up by 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. and sit down and start watching, if you're not employed, that is, you can do it by the weekend. And then from next Saturday, we can start going through them, character by character. And then I'll tell you what I thought about them. And yeah, Hope you're going to enjoy and you're going to support me. I'm going to leave it at this. Remember what I said at the beginning? Go to Patreon, Miliana Mildred, stroke Patreon. Just search that. I think you'll find me. But hope I'll remember while editing. I'll remember to put it in the link in the description so that you can go there, support me. $2, $5 tiers right now. You can read the stories that is there. I've already finished one story so far, so there are others that are coming out. And if I get the money that I need, I think I'm also want to put like a proper domain name on my like miliana30.wordpress.com. I want to put a proper domain name there so that I can be able to monetize that as well. So if God gave me this creativity of writing and stuff, let me try to monetize that, because yeah, if nobody's going to employ me, let me try to employ myself. Remember that I'm still baking and I'm still cooking. So follow me on Instagram, Mimi's Musings Podcast. Follow me on TikTok, Mimi's Musings Podcast. DM me over there. If you want me to bake for you, please DM me there. If you want me to come and make a meal plan and cook for you for food for the whole week, DM me there and tell me what you need, and I'll come and do that for you at a fee. Okay, it's not free, guys. I'll be charging because I need to make me some money. Okay, I've not been telling you to comment. Please comment here and tell me if you want me to talk about that entire show or not, by the way, because you might not want it. Okay. So comment, remember to please comment, and then like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I upload something new, you're going to be amongst the first people to come and watch. Okay, bye now.